How many people died before they could retire because of their lies? Their lies. Check this out. What does that date say right there? November 2009. November 2009. Investment Company Institute. Investment Company Institute, those are the folks in charge of the mutual funds. They collect all the data for mutual funds and whatnot. I don't know if they do on ETFs. I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that. In 2009, ETFs weren't nearly as prevalent as they are now. I think they're out of Charlotte. No, CFA Institute is out of Charlottesville. These guys are out of DC. There you go, out of DC. But anyway, everybody knows who the ICI is. Investment Company Institute. This is not like some freaking drive-by-night. In fact, these guys are out of DC on H Street Northwest. All right, that's where downtown is. So the ISI is very well-known, very established monitor of mutual fund data. They keep all the mutual fund data. The evolving role of IRAs and retirement plans. And so we're just going to skip this case. This is 2009. There's a reason I'm saying this. All right. Remember, I had just in my email list, my email I sent yesterday, and if you're not on my email list, you subscribe down below. But I talked about a guy, I think I got an email or somebody, he said he had a friend who just died 5 years into retirement, or I can't remember the whole story, but I remember this guy died 5 years into retirement, all right, and he had 2 pensions plus Social Security plus well over $1 million. There's no way he was able to enjoy his resources because he died 5 years into retirement. On top of that, his wife had died, and basically his last year of work, his wife had died. Now, the last year of his work, was that his last year of work, or did he make it his last year of work because he says, man, my wife died, I don't want to work anymore, you know what I'm saying? Or did he, maybe he kept working because I just need one more year. I don't know the whole circumstance. I also know that she died probably at 60. He died at 65, 5 years into retirement. And he left quite a lot of money down the street. And now I got a dog who wants to say hello, all right? Because he's a loud chucklehead. Come on, chucklehead. And we're going to keep going into this. Come on, there you go. All right, happy? You happy? Yeah, there he is. Look at that. Hey, knucklehead. Now what are you doing? All right, come on. Let's keep going. So we're going to read part for this here. All right. You want to jump up and say hi? Want to jump up, baby? All right, so this is page 19, page 20 from that report. Come on, let's say hi to everybody. Come on, uppy. No, okay. Current Population Survey IRA Data Collection. All right, the CPS, Current Population Survey. And we've talked a million times about the CPS. I'm not going to get into it here, but just remember, the CPS used to be the gold standard of collecting data for poverty and income for all Americans. Not just, retirees. You want to come up or what? Oh, you're still limping. Oh, he hurt himself the other day. So sad. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, big boy. I'm sorry. All right. The CPS is the most widely used data source for measuring economic well-being across the U.S. population. Good boy. Every March, the CPS collects data on incomes along with demographic, labor force, and other socioeconomic data. All right. And those data are used to produce commonly used measures such as income and official poverty rate. The CPS-based measures of economic well-being indicate that IRA withdrawals are an insignificant source of income. All right. The CPS, which measures, they measure official poverty rate, measures of income in terms of median income, mean income, all that stuff, your quintiles of income, all that stuff. But they measure the IRA withdrawals are, and that includes also DC defined contribution plans, are an insignificant source of income. However, a quick comparison of the CPS reported IRA withdrawals for 2006 was 6.4 million. There's 6.4 billion. $6.4 billion was withdrawn in 2006 from IRAs, according to CPS. A comparison of that versus the actual tax returns, there is $165 billion total withdrawn in 2006, of which 124 billion was taxable as income. How much of that was Roth, conversions? Probably not 118 billion. So the CPS reports $6 billion of IRA withdrawals. IRS tax data showed 165 billion of IRA withdrawals, of which 125 billion essentially was taxable. That suggests there is significant difference in what is being measured. Indeed, one crucial difference in the CPS interview question asked the household whether they received any regular withdrawals from their IRAs or 401k plans, defined contribution plan. Regular. This may or may not be an appropriate measure of income, but it's important to note that asking about IRA withdrawals more generally and perhaps more pointedly while discussing IRA holdings leads to much higher estimates. For example, in 2007, the Survey for Consumer Finances and ICI's own 2007 IRA Owner Survey, so there's two different surveys that they're using. The SCF is Survey of Consumer Finances. Respondents were asked about withdrawals at the point in the survey immediately following questions about IRA ownership. In both surveys, the values reported of withdrawals were an order of magnitude above the CPS and closer to tax returns actual data. In fact, it's crazy. You can't really see that chart, but I just talked about it. But this chart shows 6.4 billion withdrawals according to CPS versus, now he wants to go out. He just came in. Versus, what did I say, 125 billion of taxable withdrawals according to tax data. And the Survey for Consumer Finances still shows almost 100 billion relative to what CPS says. But again, CPS measures poverty and median incomes and income levels. And that's what everyone said, use not enough income. Look at how much people are poor. Oh my goodness. Implications of the CPS methodology. The implication of the CPS data collection is clear. The CPS misses significant economic resources flowing to retired households. This means measures such as median income, the poverty rate, and other summary statistics may well be biased for older Americans. Adding approximately measured IRA and DC retirement plan withdrawals raises per capita income by 6.5%. All right, but check this out. The unmeasured impact of IRA and retirement plan withdrawals on retiree income becomes even more noticeable when one focuses on those persons who had DC or IRA withdrawals during the year. Estimated income for persons who had IRA or plan withdrawals or retirement plan withdrawals in the survey are biased down further under the regular income measure when one takes this approach. The overall impact for an annual income from this group jumps to 21.7%. And the effect is strongest for persons in the lowest two income deciles. The implications for measuring economic well-being among the retired population are significant. For example, whether or not IRA or DC retirement plan withdrawals are counted appropriately could be the difference between whether or not a person is deemed to be impoverished. And they got a little thing here. And so what happened was the Survey for Consumer Finances, they changed their methodology. This is crazy. In 2004, they changed their methodology to try to better ascertain IRA withdrawals. In 2001, they showed that aggregate IRA withdrawals, and from the Survey for Consumer Finances, which is done by the Fed, it's a legitimate survey, but even they were screwing up until 2004. They only showed 13 billion of aggregate IRA withdrawals in 2001. When they changed their survey, like they just talked about, where they asked questions specific to IRAs, hey, do you own an IRA? Yeah. Have you taken withdrawals this past year? Yeah. They didn't say regular withdrawals, they said any. It changed from 13 billion in 2001 to 59 billion in 2004, and then 95 billion in 2007. I mean, it's insane. IRA owning households taking withdrawals by survey year. They only had 1.7% of IRA owners taking withdrawals in 2001. Come 2004, when they actually fixed it, they had almost 18%. And then 2007, when they fixed it, and when they kept fixing it essentially, is at 20%. And fix what I mean, just have a better way to ask a question. And this is in 2009. The Social Security data was still using the CPS all the way up until 2018. And how many people are using the CPS data to say, look, man, the average American is poor in retirement? Well, yeah, because you're underaccounting by $100 billion actual IRA distributions that people had to spend money on. How many people didn't retire because they heard these numbers? Because people are just so freaking stupid, or they're so evil, one of those two things. Not you, the average Joe, the academics. The academics. The financial industry as a whole. You think Fidelity didn't know this? I mean, this is the ICI. This isn't Josh Scanlon freaking in my basement in my underwear. Fidelity didn't know this. Vanguard didn't know this. And I have no clue what these guys are saying when it comes to retirement planning, but I guarantee it's not optimistic. Freaking Boston College Center for Retirement Research didn't know this. It's so freaking frustrating. So they scared all you to say, oh, you can't retire. No one's, all these elderly people are poor. And it's just freaking wrong. It's wrong. So how many people work just the next year? I was talking to this guy today, and he crushes. He could retire when he wants. He basically said his 2-week notice has become an 18-month notice now, because they keep saying, stay, won't you stay? Another year to work for us. Please stay. Please don't leave us in the lurch, because they can't find anyone to replace him. His wife quit. And she said, I'm going to play golf. He can do whatever the hell he wants. I'm playing golf. She's out there 7 years ago. Our forefathers, not our fathers, Mandela effect. You know for a fact Lincoln said our forefathers. He did not say fathers. That is dumb. He said our forefathers. All right, we know this. 7 years ago, our forefathers did whatever they did. So this lady's out there hitting the links, and this guy's still working. I said, we'll call him Jack and Jill. I said, Jick. Look at that. Jack and Jill, Jick. Oh, boy. It's funny. I didn't even do that on purpose. So, Jick. I said, Jick, the next time we talk, if your freaking 18-month 2-week notice becomes 30, I'm coming up to where you live. I'm going to kick you in the butt and get you on those golf courses. For the love of the good Lord, man. Time just keeps on slipping. I'm just losing my mind here. Anyway, dude, just talking to a guy just right now up in the northern end of PA, the northwestern end of PA. He's like, yeah, I said 3-day rule, dude, because he's voluntarily employed. I mean, he knows he could. He ran all the spreadsheets. He hired me just to make sure. I said, dude, you're good. And I said, you got the 3-day rule. They piss you off 3 straight days, you're out of there. He goes, man, I don't even know if it's 3 days. I might be 2. I said, I got you. Evildoers, man. These are evildoers that they want you fear is a great tool to get people to obey. It really is. And these people are peddling fear. And the academics have to know better. They have to. They can't be ignorant on this stuff. So why are they pushing this? I don't get it, man. I don't want to get it. I mean, literally, if I know that, no, I don't want to think like they do. But it's just some evil crap. All right. Don't forget, use my Amazon links, dude. Use them. It's right down there in the show notes. Say, I'm going to buy some. I've always wanted to buy. I got a couple books today. I don't want to buy a freaking Florida, whatever this is. Or you want to buy something. You want to buy my book. You know what I'm saying? You want to buy anything. You want to buy this right here. This Texas Instrument Finance Calculator. If you click my link and it puts you on Amazon, pretty much anything you buy after clicking my link will be sent as a commission to me. I'm going to start promoting my Amazon link more. I have never done it. I said, I probably should. So people say, yeah, I'm going to buy something. Well, just freaking, it doesn't cost anymore. Just click my link first and go to Amazon and buy whatever you're going to buy, especially as Christmas time comes. All right. Love your thoughts. We'll see you